Hey guys, good evening. Welcome to Praise Song Dance Selection Tuesdays. It's been a minute since I did this, and I really like the song that I picked out. And as you saw the pictures in the slides, it's by Twinkie Clark featuring Larry Clark, called There Is a Word. Very powerful, and I want to just go over the lyrics with you. Basically, the first verse, actually, I tried to look up the lyrics and it didn't come up, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way, sit and listen to the words and transcribe what I was listening to. But the lyrics are, you may have to cry sometimes, but you won't lose your peace of mind. He's working it out for you by design. You can't go by what you see. It's just a part of your destiny. He's making you to be what he wants you to be. So dry every tear from your eyes. There is a word from the Lord. So I just want to go over just that first key verse with you. It's so many things and it's very powerful. But there's 4 keys that I want to point out. So the first one is might have to cry. Second key phrase that I want to point out is won't lose your peace of mind. The third phrase is he's working it out for you by design. And the last one is can't go by what you see. So the 4 questions that I have is number 1, describe your version of crying when things don't work out for you. So depending on the situation, depending on your personality and what you're going through, is it a boo-hoo cry? Is it a why God, why cry? Is it a snot running down your nose? You know, you kicking over things, you throwing a tantrum on the floor. Describe your version of crying when things do not go out according to plan. Number 2, what does it mean when you lose your peace of mind? And there's 2 types of peace. So peace of mind, P-E-A-C-E, peace, or the other peace, P-I-C-E. I want you to research those 2 words and try to make a correlation and match it to your situation. So what does it mean to lose peace of mind? First one, peace, P-E-A-C-E, and the second one, P-I-C-E. Again, research those 2 words, try to make a correlation to the 2, and then relate it to your situation. Number 3, how does God work things out for us? So when things aren't going to plan and it's just going all haywire, it's just like far left. I mean, you planned out A, B, and C. Next thing you know, you're at Z, D, and F, and things are just like crazy. How did God work out that situation for you? And the last question is, what does can't go by what you see mean? So I want you to really try to analyze and research that and then put it to your own situation. You can't go by what you see from a spiritual sense. And that is part 1. Okay, guys, I'll see you on part 2. Thanks and take care. Okay, guys, part 2, developing a concept. So this is the part, again, where I ask the choreographer and the person who was putting together the dance to relate to the verse. So I read the words to the verse, and I'll read it again. It's very powerful. You might have to cry sometimes, but you won't lose your peace of mind. He's working it out for you by design. Can't go by what you see. It's just a part of your destiny. He's making you to be what he wants you to be. So dry every tear from your eyes. There is a word from the Lord. The questions that I have, number 1, think of a situation that brought you to your knees and made you cry out to God. So again, those boo-hoo tears, the why God, why cry, you know, snot running down your nose, you know, you throwing tantrum, it's just the end of the world, you know, you just had it, you're pulling out your hair, you're just like stressed out. What type of situation brought you to your knees and made you cry out to God? Number 2, how did you keep it together? How did you maintain your peace of mind? P-E-A-C-E. How did you maintain your peace of mind? What were some of the steps or ritual or routines that you did to stay in peace? Number 3, what reminded you that God was in control and that he was working it out for you? So when everything was going left field and everything was against you, what did you do? Or what things that reminded you that he was in control, that he didn't forget about you, that everything was going to work out? And number 4, what natural elements made you doubt God and lose your faith? So what were some things that really challenged you to a point and said, you know what, I give up, I'm going to do this my way. God, I'm mad at you, I'm upset, I'm not really talking to you right now. What natural elements set that off? So for example, there's a verse that talks about the little foxes, and I have great experience in this. I don't know who has an experience if they're a believer or a Christian in the Lord. It's just one little thing after another, day by day by day, actually moment by moment by moment, where you get suspended from your job for 2 days, and then you look at your paycheck and you find out that you lose 2 day pay, and then your landlord says that she wants to go up on your rent, and then you have your car payments that you're falling behind in, or you have little things business wise that you need to pay for, and the people just keep calling and calling and calling. Oh, then on top of that, you get bill collector mail, this is due, and this is handling from the bill collection. So it's little things. For example, what I just gave you, one after another, that's just natural elements that's just messing with your faith, and just making you doubt God. So those are examples. So the question is, what natural elements made you doubt God or lose your faith in him? And that was part 2, developing a concept. So what you really want to do is think about those questions and relate to them. All right, guys, now see you on part 3. Take care. Be blessed. Okay, guys, so this is part 3, and this is the fun part. So what we want to do now is summarize your experience with keywords and then find biblical solutions. So I had 2 keywords just from my personal experience. So one keyword is why, and the second one is sight walk. So, and I'm going to explain that in a little bit with scriptures. So the first one is why. You're always questioning God, well, what went wrong? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Just questioning why, and I'm very good for questioning. And the second one is sight walk. So again, you're affected by all the elements that's affecting you physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and everything you see is just affecting you. So you're really not walking by faith, you're walking by sight. So sight walk. The scriptures that I want to give as far as the keyword to why, please go with me to Job chapter 38, verses 1 through 5. And when I tell you this verse really helped me to stop questioning why, or it knocks me back a jolt and just remind me, like, okay, you really want to test God and question his his purpose for you and his plan and everything else. Whenever you are doubting God, I promise you, go to Job chapter 38, verses 1 through 5. And it reads, "Then the Lord spoke to Job out of the storm. He said, 'Who is this that obscures my plan with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid down the foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it?'" So when I read that, I was like, wow, oh, okay, God, that's really not fair, because you see me going through right now, and you're going to take it back to like way in the beginnings of time and then ask me questions. So it's stuff like this that just jolts me back. It's like, wow, God, okay, you're really in control, and I'm going to try not to really question you. If you're going to hit me with questions like that, then I failed the test. I really don't have an answer for your question. So again, whenever you're doubting God, or if you feel off track and you're just angry at him, I promise you, go to Job chapter 38, verses 1 through 5, and that will just remind you who's really in control and who is the master behind all the plans. Actually, you can read chapter 38, I believe, through 41. It's very interesting, how God really puts Job in his place, and he asks him all these questions like, okay, you really upset with me, you don't trust me, then let's turn the tables, let's play reverse, and let me ask you some questions. So if you want the real full dialogue of how God just spanked Job and let him know who's the boss, go to Job chapter 38, 39, 40, and 41, and you get the full disclosure, or the real picture behind Job and God having this real conversation. And the second key word that I had was sight walk. And again, go with me to 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. It reads, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." And then go with me to, again, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. Real simple, "For we walk by faith and not by sight." And again, that's 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. "For we walk by faith and not by sight." So okay, guys, that's pretty much it, and that is Section 3, you want to summarize keywords and then you want to find biblical solutions for it. So again, just my personal experience, my keywords was why and sight walk. And the scriptures that go with the keyword why is Job chapter 38, 1 through 5. And if you want a full picture, you can also read Job 38, 39, 40, and 41. And then for sight walk, I had scriptures 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 18, and then 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. Okay, guys, and I will see you for the last section. Take care. Hey guys, section 4, and I have 4 simple titles. The first one is No More Cataracts. If you have parents or if you know seniors who have this bluish, grayish film around their eyes and they have problems seeing and they go to surgery, you notice that they'll remove the film and the scales from the eyes and they're able to see much better than they were able to see before. So I like the title No More Cataracts. Second title I have is Blind Man Now Sees. I like that title. It refers to basically being blinded, by the world, by the news, what you're hearing. You're being affected spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and here you are. You're transferred by the word of God, and He's telling you to walk by faith, trust in Me, and not by sight. So now you're seeing God's point of view and not so much the secular point of view. So the second title is called Blind Man Now See. Third one is Jesus Lead the Way. You surrendered all your thoughts, your intellect, your knowledge of how you want to do things, your agenda. You're like, okay, Jesus, take the wheel. But I like this one, so I named it Jesus Lead the Way. And the last one is number 4, Lips Sealed Shut. A lot of times, we speak a lot of negativity into the atmosphere and we just give up and we don't want to be bothered. So we allow Satan to get a foothold in our situation by speaking doubt, by being anxious, worrying about things that we have no idea of what's going to come. And, we just speak a lot of negative things. So it's with this that when we begin to trust in God and, we speak the word and we struggle, to keep your mouth shut, and you try not to tie God's hands up by speaking negative things or going against His plan and His will. So the last one is called Lips Sealed Shut. And guys, that's about it. So thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and participating with me on Tuesday. So I will see you next week. Thank you so much again for your support. Subscribe to the channel to join my email list and to get a lot of emails that I have for praise dance leaders who really want to improve and enhance their praise dance ministry. Click on the link below. And guys, thank you so much. Love you, and I will see you next Tuesday. Take care. Bye-bye.